Shalloners. One of the most awful things about a relationship ending, getting dumped, getting in a fight with someone is it's not even the immediate aftermath when you're mourning it and you got that Taylor Swift playlist and you're just like ugly crying and you feel like you're never gonna like heal again. That's not actually it. It's after that. It's the scars. Healing is almost the easy part because you're making progress. And then you're left with this emotional wound and you're like, how am I ever gonna do this again? How am I ever gonna pick myself up, dust myself off, and trust again? How do I do this? So today, I wanna talk about how you learn to trust and start dating again after heartbreak, because it's not easy. The first thing you wanna do is get rid of the idea that trust is like this wave that washes over you, that one day you're just like, I'm cleansed and baptized. That's not how it is. I learned that the hard way. Like I learned that about forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of those things where it's like you see people on talk shows and they're like, and I just forgave them. I'm like, what? How? I don't know how that works. Trust is the same way. Trust is a thing that you do. It's micro decisions, teeny tiny little things. And you build trust back up, not even necessarily with one specific person, but just the world at large, the same way you accomplish any goal, bit by bit. When you think about losing weight, it's not one day you just lose it. It is every day, consistency, little things add up to big things. That's how building trust is. One thing that I learned after my marriage imploded, because this is kind of what inspired me to do this, because for me, it was like, it's not so much how do I trust guys, it's like, how do I trust my own judgment? And that's something that I've struggled with dating people, people who've ended up cheating on me. My husband didn't, but I don't think. But guys who cheated, it's like, wow, I can't tell the good from the bad. I can't tell a cheater from a real dude. I can't tell a fuckboy from the marrying kind. I can't tell if this person that I think I know so well is one day gonna snap and stop speaking to me. Throw me out of our house. So I realized I had to take it step by step. And part of doing that when you're dating someone new is going slow. You gotta go slow. Because fuckboys and players, if you give them enough rope, they'll hang themselves. Everyone reveals their motives if you let them talk enough. This is even an interrogation strategy. You get people talking, sooner or later, they're gonna trip up. The truth is gonna come out. So how we do that in dating is you wait to sleep with them. You wait. If a guy's a fuckboy and if he's, if you're just worried that that's like gonna be your undoing, you're gonna sleep with someone who's just gonna hurt you and ghost you, you kind of put it out there that maybe you don't sleep with people until you're in a committed relationship. I've done that, and you know what the guys have done? They ghosted. And I was so thankful that they did, because they ghosted before I slept with them, before I really got invested, and I'm like, wow, I dodged a bullet, because they would have ghosted anyway. They were out for one thing, whether they even knew it or not. I'm not saying people have these hideous, villainous agendas, but you don't have to have an agenda to really hurt someone. You can kill someone in your car without meaning to. You know what I mean? So they got the heck out of there. And that allowed me it gave me more tools to look at other people I dated, because I started seeing patterns in behavior. I'm like, okay, I can see that this guy's a fuckboy, because just like those other 3 fuckboys, he's giving me his whole life story on this first date. He's doing like an emotion dump. Guys do that to create this false sense of bonding so that it's easier to get you in bed. So that if you stop and you're like, I don't even know you, he'll be like, what do you mean? I told you about my grandmother and her Alzheimer's and my cat that died and blah, blah, blah. It's a trick, it's a strategy. So I started seeing that and I'm like, I don't trust guys now that are a little too open. I don't trust guys that are a little too slick and not very nervous to talk to me. I want a guy to be a little bit nervous, because that means he has something to lose. If he's not nervous, it's because he doesn't care. And he doesn't care about me because he's gonna ghost. So there's some practical things you can do like that. Slow, until you get to know someone. Rushing into things doesn't mean that you are super trusting. Sometimes it can mean the opposite. You can make these same mistakes over and over and over again. There is nothing wrong with protecting yourself and going slowly. And if a guy does see something wrong with that, again, that's a huge red flag, because he's here for one reason and he doesn't want to waste any time. He wants to get in and get out. I mean, literally in and out of you. This means sex. That's what it means. Another thing you can do to build trust, and this is really the turning point for me. This was the turning point for me because I was just like terrified to get back out there, because I'm like, how I can't go through something like this again. And then I realized, yeah, you can. You can. I don't want you to, and I don't think you will because you've learned a lot, but you did this and you survived. I'm still here. I still have my best friends. I still have my job. I'm still hot as fuck. And like, I mean, it was awful and just awful, but I did survive it. My life didn't collapse the way I thought that it would. My spirit didn't collapse the way I thought that it would. So when I realized that I'm a lot stronger than I think, and you are too, that's when I was like, you know what? I'm ready to get back out there. I'm okay. I can handle it. Whatever comes my way, I know I can handle it. And it's funny because I never really believed that what doesn't kill you make you stronger. I'm more of the Ed Sheeran mindset. Like, it never makes you stronger at all. It just makes you like wounded and weak. That can be true if you let it be true. But one point I didn't mention, or I just alluded to, is like, I thought long and hard about why my marriage went south. And I was really, really honest with myself. And I learned. I truly felt like I learned something. And I didn't just learn on my own. I asked everyone in my life. I read books. I was going to therapy a lot. Like, I really tried to be honest with myself about what I did to get us here. And then I literally wrote it down. I did this, I did this, I did this. Not like, I mean, he certainly did a lot too, but like, that helped me avoid my own red flags and my own pitfalls. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to tell myself that lie. I'm not going to engage in this behavior because that's going to lead me right back down this bad path. So I felt like I had a plan, and sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes someone cheats on you and they ghost you and you're like, fuck. But I guarantee if you look back, you're like, well, I probably shouldn't have kept texting him when he was giving me one-word answers. Or, I should have maybe really dug into why it was he kept coming home at 4 a.m. Where was he? There were things you didn't want to accept, you didn't want to tell yourself at the time. But if you can go and like really look at it, as painful as it is, you can learn from it. You can get that splinter out, it can heal, and you can move on. But the bottom line is, the most important thing to remember with learning to trust after a relationship, because bless your hearts, the messages you guys send me, I mean, you just sound so fatalistic. It's like, I'm never gonna love again. I'm never going through this again. Yeah, you are. You know why? What other choice do we have? I mean, really, at the end of the day, what other choice do we have but to pick ourselves up and keep going? I remember when I moved out and my friend's like, oh my God, you're like so strong. You're getting up every day. And I'm like, what else am I going to do? I have to. I have to put one foot in front of the other and move into a different apartment and box my things up. And I have to. It's not a matter of strength. It's a matter of necessity. And you have to look at it that way too. It might not be as extreme. Your breakup probably didn't force you out of your house or whatever, but like, you have to look at it. It's like, I have to just keep going. Because what are you going to do? Well, someone broke my heart when I was 17, so I decided never to love again. That's not how you approach anything else in your life. God, I got fired from Ben & Jerry's at, 21, so I just retired. No, you got to keep going, my friend. Yeah, I got in one fight with my parents, so I killed them. Also, no. You have to pick yourself back up and keep going forward. This is what we do as people. Life is not about getting through it unscathed. And that's the folly of youth. That's what we think when we're a kid and, we're a teenager, we're in college. I mean, even now, it's like, nothing can happen to me. That's not success. Success is having things happen to you. Because when things happen to you, that's a mark that you've had experiences. You're out there living. Success is getting through those experiences and going on. Life isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you deal with it. In the micro, someone's mean to you, someone's rude to you. How do you deal with it? To the macro, someone broke your heart, someone kicked you out, someone divorced you. How do you deal with it? You get up and you go on. It's just what we do. Trust is a muscle. You got to use it. You got to flex it and you got to get good at it and you got to say, all right, you know what? I took that punch in the face. Let's go. I'm ready. And you're probably going to get hurt again. But you tell yourself, I'm going to survive it. I'm going to learn from it. And one day I'm going to find that fit and it's not going to hurt. Because like I always say, dating is like fishing. You cast that line out again and again and again, and you're not always going to catch the big one. Sometimes you're going to reel in an old shoe, or perhaps a dead body if you live in Detroit. But hopefully it's just a shoe, or Florida. I feel like there are dead bodies in the water there. And then one day you're going to catch the big one. But it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of bad fishing days. It's going to take a lot of tedium. It's going to take a lot of trust that fish is out there. Because again, what other choice do we have? You can pack up your pole and go home. You can have one heartbreak and be like, I'm never doing this again. I'm going to define myself by my victimhood. I am now going to be the girl that something happened to. Because that's a very effective thing in this day and age. People love to get triggered. People love to be the victim. Your pain doesn't really mean that much to anybody else. Neither does mine. It sucks. You want the world to stop spinning and look at you, and it doesn't. And it's like, oh, how dare you not feel my pain and like baptize me for it? How dare you not like appoint me like the queen of suffering? I know, it's so rude. But like, people don't care. Most people have problems that are worse. So feel lucky. Look for gratitude in your life. That's another way you build trust. You look for gratitude. You look for things that are good, because gratitude turns what you have into enough. And that's something we all need to do more of. Because when we feel like we have enough, we have good feelings to spare. And we can go out and we can be trusting in the world, because we know that the world's going to provide for us, because look at all that we already have. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude, practice, trust in yourself that you can get through it, and just get up and get out there and do it again. For more, click like and subscribe. There's going to be new videos every Friday. And also head over to the discussion tab, where every week I'm going to be posting additional info on the topic of the week, polls, pictures, memes, things, blah, 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 and interacting with you guys there. And if you have a love question of your own, download Instant Go. It's an app, Instant Go. It's free. And submit your love question there. You can chat with me. It's super easy, and I guarantee a response within 24 hours. I mean, pretty dope, right? Right. Also follow me on social at ShallonXO. Oh, and on Instago, that's also my name as well. ShallonXO on Instago. Almost rhymes. Almost. I won't write songs. They'd be bad.